La Llorona was what's considered the most beautiful woman in all of Mexico. She married a man, and their wedding was festive. They had 2 beautiful children. One night, she found out that her husband was cheating on her with a much younger woman. In a fit of jealous rage, she took away the only thing that her husband held near and dear to his heart, their children. She dragged them out by the lake and drowned them. After realizing what she's done, she then drowned herself, and for 300 years her spirit is cursed to wander this earth. And when you hear her weeping, La Llorona, the weeping woman, be warned. Take your children and run, because she will get them and claim them as her own. You were warned. What's going on, guys, and welcome to another Reputation video. The Curse of La Llorona was directed by Chaves and stars Linda Cardellini and Raymond Cruz. And it follows a caseworker named Anita Garcia and her 2 children who are haunted by La Llorona, an evil spirit bent on taking children as her own by drowning them. Kids, mind your elders, or La Llorona will come for you. Just kidding. No. This is, of course, the 6th installment of the Conjuring verse. The story wasn't bad. Yeah, it was really dark. I liked the way they presented the story behind this lady, La Llorona, which is supposedly an urban legend, which I had no idea of until I started hearing things about this movie and then other people talking about, like, the actual legend. But it was pretty interesting. I found myself drawn into the story, and it's just one of those that's real dark because it involves children. And what's darker than the loss of children? I can't think of anything else that more horrible than a parent losing their child, especially towards that, or drowning, or anything.
Rinsing.
I actually find myself really enjoyed by it because that's what horror is all about, is the fear. Linda Cardellini plays Anna Garcia, the main girl for this film. Her performance was great. I believed her pain and suffering throughout it, with her and her children just being haunted by this entity and trying to figure out what the hell's going on. You really see, like, the fear and pain in her face. And I think this actress, I've never seen her in anything else. I'm sure there's other things that she was in, and I'm going to try to look those up if I have the time. But I think she's a really great actress, and she gave her all in this film. Raymond Cruz plays a discarded preacher, Rafael Olivia, I believe that's his name. He brings a sense of relief to this film, because he's the guy that tries to help the family out. And again, he's another one of those actors that I don't really see that much. But I looked at his bio, and he has been around for a while. He's been active in television and movies for a while, so he's no stranger to Hollywood. But it's just nothing I've seen. I think this is the first one I've seen him in. He did a good job in this film. And let's talk about the villain, La Llorona, played by Marissa Ramirez. I hope I'm getting that name right. I actually believed in her performance. She gave a menacing performance. La Llorona is not one of those spirits you want to be messing around with. A lot of her performance in this was real menacing. When she would pop up on the screen, that's where I would jump the most. Most of the jump scares in this did get ruined, but her performance kind of saved it for me. And the whole time I was like, when is she going to show up again? Because I want to feel fear in this. Like, the other parts I wasn't really feeling it, but at the same time it was decent, if you know what I mean. Michael Burgess' cinematography and lighting was done really well. He gave it that dark feel, especially in the thunderstorm scenes, which added an extra layer of darkness. And it took me back to a lot of those slasher movies that I watch. Like with Friday the 13th and Halloween, a lot of those had like thunderstorm scenes in it, especially during the third act. And that adds to the spookiness to it. What's more spooky than dealing with a demon or a ghost or a slasher in a thunderstorm? That's, to me, just gold. That's why every time it storms, I try to pop in the first horror movie I can think of. The edits, for the most part, wasn't bad. There were certain scenes where La Llorona was grabbing a hold of the children, and there was a bed sheet involved, and it got so bad at that scene, which is only one scene, so it wasn't all that bad. Like, most of the movie was good, but in that one scene, when she was fighting with the children, it was in a bed sheet. It was like under the covers, and the edits got like real choppy in that scene. I was like, okay, come on, y'all, let's move on with it. This is a little too much. But all in all, the edits was fine. It's gonna sound petty on my part, but oh well, it's how I feel. The score, it didn't really resonate. It didn't really give the jump scares a chance. As I stated before, I didn't really jump that much except for when La Llorona was on the screen. It just didn't feel like they were trying in most. And yes, it did get like quiet there for a second, and then you heard like a door opening or a cracked mirror or something. I mean, those gave me a little bit of a jitter. But it was really when La Llorona was getting ready to show up or was on the screen, she would scream, I can't do it. That's when I really jumped the most. So because of that reason, the score didn't really work. They could have done a little better. If you ask me, I would have like kind of kept the movie a little more quiet, but not that they didn't try. There was other scenes when the storms was brewing and the little girl was playing outside and you heard that creepy vibe music score or whatever. I could live with that. But it's just, most of it just, with the jump scares, they kind of dropped the ball. And this is the same thing. We've seen this so many times in the Conjuring universe that most people, and me included, gets a little tired. It's a little tiresome because it's just the same thing over and over again. It's really nothing new. It's just like other things that they can think of in the Conjuring-verse. I'll give them props. They're trying to think of new things, but to us, it just seems like the same. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't terrible either. In the end, you'll still have a good time watching it. It's still a fun movie for couples to go out or for a bunch of friends to go out on a Friday night or whatever. My advice to you, though, is either watch the matinee or when it hits the dollar theater, or just wait until the Blu-ray gets released, or if it gets released on Netflix or TV. Save that money. Curse of La Llorona gets a D+. Thank you so much, guys, for watching another unprecedented Reputized video. Like, subscribe, get Reputized, share. What did you think of this film? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Leave me that comment down below and let me know what you think. Stay tuned for more videos and reviews coming to a computer screen or a cell phone near you. Peace to Rebel.